What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and in this video I'm going to give you the only 5 things you need in order to gain your first 15 pounds of muscle. Alright, and if you haven't yet gained those first 15 pounds of muscle, you don't have to worry about anything else other than what I'm going to go over in this video. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing we need to do is achieve a caloric surplus, meaning we have to be consuming more energy than we're expending, because if we are gradually gaining weight, then this means that we are closer to being able to build muscle maximally. So how are we going to reach a calorie surplus? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 16. The number that you get is the number of calories that you are going to consume daily. And every morning, I want you to weigh yourself under the same circumstances. Okay, at the end of the week, you're going to get an average of all of those weigh-ins. After 2 weeks, you're going to compare those averages and you're going to see if your weight on average is going up. If it is, this means you're in a surplus. This means that you are in fact eating enough to maximize muscle growth. If that average did not go up, then I just want you to increase your calories by about 250 and repeat until you have reached a surplus. Because once you have reached a surplus, then you will be able to, or in a position where you're able to gain muscle maximally. If you've done that for the 2 weeks and your average weigh-in is not increasing, crank up the calories and continue to track. And even if you did achieve a surplus, I want you to continue tracking your weight so that when you do eventually stall, because you will, then you have the data that you need in order to continue moving the scale. The next thing we need to achieve is adequate protein. All right, because even if we are eating in a calorie surplus, okay, that doesn't mean we're automatically going to be building muscle maximally, right? Because if we're not getting enough protein, yes, we'll still build muscle, but not at the maximum amount that we could, or the maximum rate that we could. So we want to aim for at least 1 gram per pound of body weight. So when you're hitting your calories, okay, I don't want you to worry about carbs and fats or the ratios or anything like that. I want you to worry about getting enough total calories and then keeping a mindful eye of your protein and ensuring that you're getting at least 1 gram per pound of body weight in pounds. The next thing is we need to be training with a training program that is conducive with our training experience. Okay, so if you're someone who's just starting out, it doesn't make sense to be in the gym 6 days a week and doing tons of volume. Okay, we don't need that much volume in the beginning to gain muscle. And the reason is because this is all new to us, right? It's all a new stimulus. This is why I recommend full body workouts 3, maybe 4 days per week. And the reason is very simple. Because we are in a position where we don't need too much volume, we can get away with hitting each muscle group a few times a week without having to do loads of volume on a specific muscle group in one day. For example, on a typical bro split, you might do 12 sets of chest. With a full body workout, you might just do 3 or 4 sets of chest, but you'll do 3 to 4 sets of chest 3 times a week. So the volume kind of balances itself out, but over the course of the week rather than just in one session. We don't need that much volume from one session. The other thing is that when volume is equal, we know that training a muscle group at least twice per week is going to produce better results than training that muscle group once per week. So if you're doing the same 12 sets in one day versus spreading those 12 sets into 3 days, you're going to get better results from spreading it out into 3 days. All right, so that's why we're going to do full body workouts 3 days a week, maybe 4. The next thing we want to do is focus on the big 6. In the beginning, we don't need tons of isolation exercises to focus on smaller muscle groups like biceps and triceps and things of that nature. we're already getting enough stimulus from the heavy compound lifting. Okay, so this is why I want you to focus on just the big six: a vertical push and a vertical pull, a horizontal push, a horizontal pull, and then a lower body push and maybe a lower body pull. And I've got an entire video on this. It goes over the big six and it goes over what exercises you can implement to make sure that you are in fact performing all six of these movements, and I'll link that in the description below. But ultimately, if you're doing these six movements, you are going to be hitting every single muscle group to a significant degree. You don't need anything above these big six to gain your first 15 pounds of muscle. And then lastly, the one thing that we need to ensure is that we are gradually getting stronger, okay? Progressive overload is the main pathway by which we build muscle. For example, if we're bench pressing 135 pounds for 4 sets of 10, and then next week we do it again, and then the following week we do it again, right? We're not introducing a new stimulus, so our body's not gonna have any reason to grow. All right, so we need to focus on gradually getting stronger. So a couple ways you can do this is by simply increasing the weight without sacrificing the sets and reps. So maybe instead of 135 pounds for 4 sets of 8, we might do 140 pounds for 4 sets of 8. Okay, another thing we can do is just increase the volume without decreasing the intensity. So we might do that same 135, but instead of 4 sets of 8, we'll aim for 4 sets of 10. That's more overall volume. This is progressive overload. So as long as we're focusing on the right exercises and we're progressively getting stronger in those exercises, right? Plus we're eating enough and ensuring we're getting enough protein, we will grow. There's nothing else that matters before you gain your first 15 pounds of muscle. Okay, I don't want you to worry about anything else other than what I've discussed in this video. If you can focus on this for 6 months or so, you will gain your first 15 pounds of muscle. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, click the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe, and before you go, I've got a special gift for you. I want to give you my book, Bulk Up Fast, the Skinny Guy's 90-Day Blueprint for Gaining Muscle. All right, it's a 230-page book that gives you a 90-day blueprint that you can follow to maximize your muscle growth. So if you're looking to gain your first 15 to 25 pounds of muscle, use this. I'll put the link in the description. Go there, tell me where to send it. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, and I'll send it anywhere in the world. You don't have to pay for the book, just cover the shipping. All right, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk soon.